This is for Vibe TV, Lil Boosie. This is for Lil Boosie and Vibe TV. They talked about Vibe, whatever the name, Vela TV or Vibe TV. They talked about Tupac. Boosie did. And I want to say something. Boosie, Tupac, they talked about Tupac. Tupac could have been still alive if he would have stopped he was living so fast. And if he would have looked out at everybody's spirit and see who he was the enemy. I don't think Tupac was aware of the spirit. He needed to slow down and see the enemy in the spirit. He needed to see them in the Holy Spirit and understand it. And we did a lot of stories on Tupac and the things of Tupac. We did a lot of stories on that situation. So he didn't care what he said. He talked about the president at one point. He was beefing with people with any that actor. And plus it had nobody in his group to tell him to hold up, you need to slow down a little bit. You know, I think Tupac, when you watch MTV, somebody was looking at him in the spirit wrong. And we understand that. And, you know, I'm an analyzer, an artist. I'm a news. I can be an analyzer, and you can analyze the spirit. And I think Tupac needed to stop and see everybody in the spirit. The spirit was not being identified. And I think if Tupac slowed down a little bit and watched his surroundings and watched the spirit of others and seen where he needed to change and talk to people and different people, hip hop could have been still the way it is, but they took it too far. We need to, if Tupac would have just settled down and be like, I need to watch my surroundings. Why nobody ain't telling me I need to calm it down? And people just fly in. When we watch the NWA and Ice Cube son playing them, and they're at the elevator meeting the old group, and Ice Cube playing the part, and Ice Cube saying, "What up, my nigga? What up? What up?" So he said, Ice Cube throwed up a sign in the movie, and they just went at it. Sometimes we react without thinking, and I think Tupac, if we would have thought and think that it would have been, he needed to identify everybody's spirit. And I don't think that Tupac had those spiritual things where he needed to settle down. Me, you know, I'm not observing the spirit. I believe in God. So if Tupac would have slowed down and listened and talked to you know, but P Diddy always showed love. P Diddy always kept that positive energy. No love to um Death Row, no bad beef with Death. I think when you observe the way that P Diddy handled things, and when he is in front of MTV and he's on stage at the award, his leadership as not taking it further. You know, we often they say that Tupac was tripping that Biggie killed him. Nobody know Biggie said he tripped. And plus, Tupac was calling Biggie out his name. No, we all have love. We should have love for each other. You know, you hear some of the diss when Tupac calling them fat and other songs, telling this and that, calling them that. Loving yourself And loving yourself is really important. But I understand we have to lose weight, and I understand that that's for our health. But you have to love yourself. And I think when I go into some of the Biggie's Tupac song, he's talking more about Biggie weight. He talked about his wife a couple of times, but Tupac was focused on Biggie weight. He was trying to destroy the weight of his image. So these things that we are doing, and he one, and if Tupac would have just settled down, I need to take a look at everybody's spirit. I gotta move different. I gotta move away different. We gotta change the way we see our behavior and see other spirit. And I think if Tupac would identify the spirit of everybody around him and where he needed to change, or where he's saying it could have been more. But the thing was taken too far. So that can be the critical point where we understanding where Tupac needed to look at his surroundings and see what he needed to change and do those things. Snoop Dogg got out of Death Row, and now he on Death Row. And he must have didn't like how Suge Knight was acting and how he acted and how they attacked the issues. And I think how Suge Knight rolled and how he attacked issues. So it's coming to that step turn of what we are really about. So that is the main thing. You can see a dude that was standing right at Tupac on MTV that wasn't looking. I'm gonna analyze him. And any artist, any newscast, or anybody, they analyze. They analyze the spirit. They analyze the body of the video. They analyzing all of these things. I wanna tell you something. One thing that I know, and one thing that I know, I want to discuss this for a few minutes, and I was gonna say something, and let me say this the way I wanted to say it, and how I wanted to say these things. Analyzing everything. No, let's get back on Anna because I just forgot what I said. I'm gonna remember. Analyzing the situation. I think more of a analyzing it can be the point. That's why Snoop Dogg went to Master P No Limit. We can. I think it's time for Dr. Dre. We're gonna do a session. I think it's time for Dr. Dre to talk about Suge now. I think it's time for him to really open up about it. I don't think he really opened up about it. Dr. Dre talked about Suge Knight. I think he needs to open up about it. I don't want to hear everybody talk about it. I want to hear Dr. Dre talk about it. I don't want to hear everybody talk about it. Go ahead, nobody don't want to hear that. Y'all ruining it. I don't want people like that, man. Mirza told me something, and I still, you know, I'm not going to judge him like that. You know, that's between. I want Dr. Dre to talk about it. I want Dr. Dre to talk about it. Mess hearing it from everybody else. I just think it could have chilled. I want to hear Dr. Dre about it. Hold up, hold up. I don't think Dr. Dre telling everything. I don't think it's more to it because we'll never know. I want to hear more. I think Dr. Dre know more. I think Dr. Dre know more, and sometimes we don't say everything. You know, I think he know more, and we don't say everything about the situation. We can tell piece of it. You need to, he's not talking about it, but he's talking about piecing the movie about it. I want him to really talk about it, really get into the detail about Suge Knight. I want him to really get into it because you're gonna know everything is truthful. But why y'all didn't come out with an album together? Hold up. Tupac and Biggie album together. I think they should have came out with an album. I think full album. I think they should have to settle the beef. They should have showed the world and came out with an album. I think the settle the beef that when Big Tupac said he had no beef, they should have came out with an album together. That would have cooled things down a little bit in the industry. But you see the way Trap Boy Freddy and them acted with MO3. And niggas like to do dirty shit. But times have changed and we don't have to be in the studio to come out with an album together. Times have changed. I'm gonna tell you something, because Tupac said they don't want to find out the people that did me wrong. Your actions, what action that you going direct, what action that you follow. You know, if I was, what action that you follow, what action that you follow. Your actions gotta be everything. You know, when we think about something, when we assume something of someone, oh, he the president and that fucking bitches, and he's doing all of that, and we're assuming. We don't. The camera's not really behind the doors. What he said is not really behind the door. He's assuming something, but not really have the real intel about when he said the president fucking people. It was fucking. You know, he fucking them. He assuming. You gotta realize, man, when you go through something, you assume. And I think the spirit of assuming, that's when you take a step back. That's when you need to take a step back. Nah, I don't think it was. I don't think it's with that. I don't think it's with that. How society's acting right now. I don't think it's with that. I don't think it's with that. Human behavior. I don't think of it that the way all humans act is in a way. I don't think it's with that. I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that. I think it was politics and it was people, and with government. I think Biggie and Tupac should have came out with an album together. I think they should have came out with an album together to settle it. If them two that came out with an album just start talking about it and sitting together, I think the world would have found that it would have changed in the industry and people would have looked at the world differently. Or they can come together, they can come out with an album together, and Yellow Breeze and them, they on some fake shit. I don't have to do an album in person with a person band. But the way what the mayor did, that could kind of understand the way his misconduct did. and him in the city hall. So I think they would have settled. I don't think it was that, man. I just think the society, the way we handle ourselves, the way we handle ourselves in wars, and where the West Coast beat where we handle ourselves. Say if I reached out to each state and I give them the blueprint line down here, and they start building in each state, and I'm still here, that would be perfect. That's not starting nothing. That's not nothing, and they would start building. It's about communication with the blueprint, the building. But for all of this building work in Bun B to have this, I'm talking about having a music building where we have hair salon, barbers, you have Bun B restaurant, you have all of that in it. And we have dance floors, we have all of that in it. And I'm talking about on the dance floor, people will be able, we have a subway, we have Bun B, we have everything in it, 3 restaurants in the music building. But we also, I want to put stands on the dance floor and nail it to the outside of the dance floors. Put pads, 100 pads. I want to get 100 tablets. And we are going to take over every network channel. The USA is going to take over every network, brother. Each building in each America, on each dance floor, recording. We're going to have barbershop, hair salons. People are going to be able to bring food to the studio. He got a restaurant, but I'm talking about having a dance room and having everything, having an executive office, having different people doing different things on different levels. And I'm talking about maintaining. Other people can't be bigger than other people. And we have to learn how to, but that's why I'm going to be, when it comes to me walking dogs, finding a way to walk dogs, I know I'm not going to be as big as Bun B. I know this. Bun B, he put in the work. He's put in the work. And I realized that I have to stand my ground and stay humble and find other things, how to network and do all of that. Maybe I want to work out. Maybe I want to do something in the neighborhood. I'm not always walking. Find other things. Do all of these things that I want to do and do things to stay active in the kind of way that I want to stay active. There's so many things that you can do while this building the building is going to maintain by us doing different things and still able to come in the studio and record. That's changing. We are going to change the way hip hop do things. But some people not going to want to listen, and that can be hard for the blueprint. Their ego is big as you're dealing with racism and politics. I can go work at DoJazz. I can go walk a dog. Let me find a dog neighbor. Let me go find the dogs that need to be walked. It's like, let's find it. I dreamed that I was walking and I had to build. I don't know what this building was built. And I was walking dogs. And I had a female, I had a woman inside of me. I don't know what woman I had. I don't remember. But she was walking with me while I was walking these dogs. But in this music building, if you have a Subway, you have Bun B, you have Sonic, people are going to be able to bring food. This building is going to have photography. People are going to be able to do things. People are going to be able to make mixtape covers right in the room. Things are going to be able to get done right away. If mixtape, Lorraine is the mix, things are going to be able to be done. So let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you something. If I was your CEO, and people might don't like this, because Coco and a guy in Dallas County, he said something about I love movies and I love doing it. I love to be in the studio movies, doing film, than rather be out there in the streets. You know, we can do movies, have parties, we buy property with nothing on it, and we put mansions on those properties. We can have bonfires. All of these things are going on. But I would want my artists to this. Hold up, we got studios, we got all of this. I got a movie theater in my house. Let's work together on things. We don't have to worry about going out there giving these people something and get. I don't want to be in that system. I don't want to keep giving these people my money. The neck of the woods. Imagine Birdman had this in New Orleans and all his artists stay in New Orleans on a property. They don't have to worry about them doing nothing. All of them got houses. Keep them gates closed when them people come out. If I got every artist on my property, if I got every artist on my property with this situation, I'm keeping them gates closed. We keeping it. We staying busy. We got four wheelers. We got four wheelers. We got everything. We're gonna have bonfires. We're gonna celebrate. Everybody on that property. We're gonna look after each other and on that property. But you can't have people around you can't trust. We're gonna look at each other on this music building property, on the Young Money Island, UGK Island property. We're gonna look at each other. Everybody gonna have refrigerator. We don't never have to starve. Everybody gonna have refrigerator. Family look after each other. American family, God family look after each other. Hip hop American family. We all have when we believe in America, this is for country, this is for everything. I used to go to Opelousas. Imagine we having property with nothing on it, and every artist got their houses on their property, refrigerator. I even dreamed about I had the Walmart bins in the refrigerator, food. I had ice box. Same what they got in there. Same what they got in there. I had freezers of foods. I already had a store on my property. I can go in, and I had the same thing when we walking into the Walmart store. I got vendors coming to my house, and we got vendors coming to get money stay out the way island house, stacking foods in the freezer, doing this, and everybody buying stuff, doing this and making sure things are good. I came up with an idea of people that can't afford state attorneys, can't afford regular attorneys. This is what we're gonna do. We are going to what that is. We are going to fine, get a fine, a motion when these judges are being aggressive. We're gonna ask our state attorney to file a fine motion. They're gonna be a $10,000 fine against each judge that's being aggressive. So each person, you can't afford a real judge, but you got a state attorney judge. You would tell that judge, you would tell your lawyer, I'm coming. I hear you. What's up? What's going on? Let me get out this thing. Huh? We gotta get out this thing. I see y'all in there. People still talking this way. I don't want to
Taste it.
What?
What? It tastes good?
Oreo?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the sofa. It's on the sofa.